Welcome to Kdrama Divas, a podcast and community for passionate fans of Korean dramas. Join us as we explore the captivating world of K-dramas, discussing the latest releases, timeless classics, and everything in between. Whether you're a seasoned K-drama addict or just stepping into this addictive realm, get ready to laugh, cry, and fangirl with the Kdrama Divas. Welcome to the Kdrama Divas podcast. My name's Amanda.
I'm Maureen.
I am Serina.
We're the Kdrama Divas. Before we get started talking about 1% of something, I wanted to share something with you guys that I read today.
Oh.
I want to share that there are 10 K-dramas that I won't be watching.
What?
Well, I've seen one of them, so technically 9 that I will not watch.
Why?
Because MSN.com had a little, you know how those articles pop up and they try to get you to, it's like clickbait, like politics or whatever when you open your computer.
Okay.
So I saw something that said 10 most tragic K-drama endings.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, I have to click on this because I need to know what to never watch. So I thought I'd share that with you.
The one that you've seen,
Which one was
that's on that list?
Goblin.
Oh.
Goblin.
Are you going to tell us what the others are?
Yes. And I
Do I
definitely
need to write these down?
I don't know. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I'll forget. I'll be
You know
like,
what? I bet Youth of May is on there.
well, let's talk about it. So, 10 most tragic K-drama endings. Goo Family Book. Have you seen that one, Mom?
No, never heard of it.
Okay. And I'm not going to tell you why because it doesn't really matter. The point is, I won't watch it. Youth of May.
Okay.
Didn't you just say?
And you've seen that one?
No.
Okay.
Uncontrollably Fond.
That one I've always known is yes.
You've known as yes.
I've known that it's a bad ending, and I've actually watched the ending.
Oh,
Did you agree it's a bad ending?
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch the whole K-drama or just the ending?
Just the ending.
Wow, you like
interesting.
pain. Okay. Stairway to Heaven.
Wait a minute. Stairway to Heaven.
You're writing them all down. Good job. Yeah, Stairway to Heaven, which sounds terrible. And I think may have brought this up before. Stairway to Heaven.
I don't think
It doesn't
so.
sound like a good drama to watch.
Why? Why?
But just it's like,
Don't you want to get to heaven?
yeah,
Just not tomorrow.
yes, but it just sounds like a drama of death, folk, doesn't it?
Maybe.
A little bit. I don't know.
Heaven could be there in just eternal bliss because they're so happy.
Maybe.
So maybe it's not the physical heaven.
But it is some of the saddest endings, right? Most tragic endings of all time.
True.
So, and then the Hymn of Death, which also doesn't sound like a song I want to be singing.
I thought you said the hymn, and it's a hymn.
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 Ah.
Maybe my pronunciation of English words isn't very good. Hymn of Death. Okay. Then Goblin, which we already talked about. Autumn in My Heart. Don't know. Snowdrop.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah, I've never seen it because I know that it's sad.
How do you know?
Because people have talked about it so much. It's that John Jan. I think that's how you say his name. He is the guy in Something in the Rain and that new one, next door.
Oh, yeah.
Love Next Door. I don't know.
Something like that, yeah.
Love Next Door.
Yeah.
That's
that
the one.
Yeah, he's in that, and I think he dies. So yeah,
No.
In the snow one, he
in
dies?
the Snowdrop.
Okay.
So sad. And then The Red Sleeve, Moon Lovers. And that was it. So I don't need to know anything more except these are dramas I will not be watching.
Yeah.
And I do agree that I felt like Goblin's ending was kind of tragic.
I fully agree.
So
I'm sorry about that.
Now we know.
are you? Oh, I think on our last episode, I just praised you. Like, you have great taste, and I don't know why I ever doubt you. Goblin is why I doubt you. That's all in good fun. Okay. So, next.
I'm still processing. There's so much to think about
I
here.
know, I know. So, are we going to have a word of the day today?
Oh, yes. We need, where's our magic box?
Do we remember last week's word? Baron?
Baron. Baron.
Like harem.
Yes,
Baron.
harem.
That's right. Baron.
Wind.
Do you want to draw
hope.
this time?
Wind and hope. I would think more wind, though, right? Because
Yeah.
that's what it says. Okay, so I get to, and then next time Amanda will pick. Okay.
Pick a
Ready?
really easy word.
Oh, goodness.
Like full mon.
Oh. Piano.
Oh.
So how do you say it in Korean, though? I think it's pretty much like,
Piano.
yeah, because that's a P and an I, and that's an ing and an A and an N and an O. So I think they say it probably the same way. There's probably a little difference.
Piano. Should we Google it?
Should we? Okay. So then we need to learn the spelling of it too, right?
So, I mean, no.
No, what?
Do we have to look?
Do we what?
Do you?
Well,
We have to look for what we go.
I know, but if I can just memorize the words, that's
But why
better.
piano? Are we going to have a piano?
We might be in a
Players?
piano bar.
Dol, dol, sol, sol, la, la, sol. That drama?
Mm.
Maybe we'll find her piano.
Oh, there you go.
But it
Wait,
just looked like piano.
wait, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, maybe.
Piano.
Piano. Piano.
I think piano.
I think if we said it their way or ours, they would know what we were saying.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yay. I love the word you.
Except you have to learn how to spell it.
Well, how about if we just concentrate on the words and spelling them later?
Do you? Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Okay.
I'm glad I picked piano.
Me too. So, Barum and piano.
Barum. Barum.
So I think I mentioned last time I'm kind of on a kick of trying to find older dramas that might be good to watch. Because I've really been in the mood for rom-coms. Good romantic,
Always.
classic K-dramas.
I'll always take a good rom-coms.
Yes. So I discovered 1% of something. That's the name. What a weird name.
But you learn what it means, why it's named that, right?
Yeah, that's true. You do. 1% of something is a romantic drama about a wealthy heir and a kind-hearted teacher who enter into a contract relationship. So that's like a quick one-sentence summary.
Yeah.
Who is in it?
That's your department, Maureen.
Oh my
I
goodness.
trust your pronunciation and knowledge of characters more than us.
Way more.
Lee Jae-in, and that is played by Ha Seok-jin, and he has been in Crash Course in Romance.
I don't remember. So that's what I filmed, but I don't remember who he was. Do you think that's even true?
In Crash Course in Romance?
Publishing false information.
Wow,
Check her, Serina.
I know.
That he was in Crash Course in Romance?
Yeah, the male lead.
TV shows. Look at this. Your Housekeeper, he was in that. I haven't seen it, but it looks cute. Drinking Solo. Crash Landing on You, he was in.
Oh, wow, that's what he was in.
Crash Landing on You?
What part did he play in that?
Oh, dear goodness, how would I know? So what's his... by Hae Seok-jin?
Yeah.
Oh, it must be a small...
A small role.
There he is over here. There I see him. Sorry, guys. I'm all slow. Hello.
No, it's okay. I'm trying to see too.
Yeah, see if you don't find it. You're quicker at that. I'll see what else he played in. I don't see anything else. I don't see that he was in Crash Course in Romance? Is that one you were thinking?
Yeah. I mean, it could be wrong.
On this list, it doesn't show it, but
But he,
I think maybe that's a typo.
yes.
Okay. He was in Crash Landing on You. He had a cameo, it says.
Oh,
But I don't know if that's true. I mean, I don't know if it's really a cameo. He's been in lots of different things, just nothing I've seen. I bet they're really good.
I would assume so, but we can think
Oh,
of...
he was in The Red Sleeve, the tragic one that I'll never watch.
Mm.
And Monthly Magazine Home.
oh, I've
But
seen
he was
that.
only in one episode. I don't know if he's been in a lot of episodes.
Oh, you know what?
Or
Speaking of Monthly Magazine Home, that's on Prime. And right now, I am so bothered because I was watching a new one on Prime, and it's only dubbed. I cannot get it.
oh, you just have to change the settings.
That's what I was trying to do. So what am I doing wrong?
Do you need my help? Okay.
So here, it says that he played the older brother of Ri Jung Hunk in Crash Landing on You.
So, okay.
Does that make sense to you?
He probably
No.
played the older brother of the star.
Yeah. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
the
makes
one
sense.
that died.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. He is the
yes.
reliable son who becomes a soldier to please his father so that his younger brother can focus on playing the piano.
Wow.
Yes.
So, I really 1% of something was like a happy surprise drama for me because I didn't really know anything about it, and I just started watching, and I was so happy and surprised.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think from the get-go, it kind of grabbed me.
Yeah. Let's talk about the female lead real quick.
Okay.
Kim
Daehan? I don't know.
Kim Dae-hun.
And she's played by John So-min.
Yeah. And I don't know what else she's been in really that I've seen, but she is such a sweet, kind-hearted teacher. And she's with her students kind of by the orphanage one day. And I think she teaches at an orphanage, right? Or no? I don't really know. I kind of got confused about that.
I think that she teaches at a school, like at a country school kind of a
And then
thing, but then volunteers
volunteers.
at the orphanage and other places.
Oh, okay.
That's what I
Honestly, I kind of had trouble following that, but she comes across a man that's collapsed in this wooded area, and she takes him to the hospital or calls. She probably called an ambulance. I don't remember, but she overhears the staff at the hospital talking about how he's homeless and he probably can't pay, and they're just going to wake him up and have him leave.
Yeah.
And she gets really concerned. And so she says, I'm his guardian. I'll pay the bills. And she really sacrifices for this man that she doesn't even know, who appears to be homeless. And when he wakes up, he offers her an apple for her kindness.
Right.
And she doesn't even want to take the apple from him.
Well, and doesn't he say that the apple was for his wife?
Yes, both of them. So she didn't want to take it. And she puts him in a cab, pays for the cab, and says, don't forget to go to your follow-up appointments. And she just shows such, you just really see her character and kindness in that whole interaction at the beginning.
So I agree. I mean, I think it's a great opening in how she
I loved 1% of something.
Yes, she just took care of him. It didn't matter what, who it was or whatever that was. She just was very kind to everybody.
That's true.
So because of that, what happens? He is actually right.
Are we going to jump into that already?
So, yeah. He is the chairman of a company And he decides that she would be perfect for his grandson
To marry.
to marry.
Yeah.
Well, and not even
Doesn't he
just give her like all of his money or something. I don't know. It was some catch back then to get her to want to do it too, even though she didn't want to right away.
She inherits a bunch of shares, right?
Yeah.
That were the grandsons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the grandson is kind of,
A jerk.
yes.
I mean, yes and no.
Right.
I mean, yes and no.
He starts off as that.
I think he comes off that way just, and I think that that's kind of typical just because they don't want people close to him.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he's all business and he's kind of heartless.
Right. So the
Mhm.
grandfather wants him to soften up and kind of
Settle
grow up
down.
and settle down.
But not just settle down, but have a good influence in his life that
Yes.
makes
Yeah.
him a better person.
Right.
Yeah.
And if it works out like he wants it to, score. If not, at least hopefully he's built some character, right?
Yeah.
So either way, it's a win-win.
So it's really funny
Sorry.
though, because they basically he livid when the male lead livid when he finds out that his grandfather's changed the will
Mhm.
and that he's supposed to marry this woman, and he negotiates to where it only has to be 6 months of dating,
Right.
real dating, and not marriage.
Yeah.
So he feels like he has the upper hand now.
Right. Because then he's at it 6 months and
Mhm.
he doesn't have to give up anything and he
Mhm.
inherits everything.
Yeah, it's a good plan.
Okay. But then he doesn't have a clue who he's up against
Exactly.
in the female lead's character.
Yeah. Because he assumes she's some gold digger, and right away he's full of accusations. What did you do to make my grandfather change his will? How did you
Mhm.
seduce him?
Mm-hmm.
Anyone would think so, really, right? I mean,
Right. But she literally has no clue.
yeah.
And he doesn't believe her though. No matter what she says and does, he's sure that she's conning him somehow.
Mm-hmm. And that's the fun part of this, because she has no clue until probably the last episode who
Last
the
one or two.
grandfather is. And
Mhm.
because like, I've never met your grandfather. He's rich and everyone knows of him
Yeah.
just because they watch TV, and that's how I would know him, but I've never met him.
Yeah. And he's really good at staying his distance from her because there's times when she's like, I want to meet your grandfather. And he
Mhm.
always finds a way to not let it happen
Mm-hmm.
so that she doesn't know who he is.
Yeah, it's really fascinating, really funny.
Yes. So how does the story progress then?
So, I mean, let's get to what really matters to
Uh-oh.
you.
What matters to you, Maureen?
What's the cuteness factor in this? What did you think of the male lead?
I at first I thought, but he grew on me.
Okay, so he grew on you though.
Yes, he did.
Like, why? How?
I don't know. I guess I just got more into the story, and
Is it because his character grew?
possibly.
So I think he became more likable and
Yeah.
more lovable.
I think
Mhm.
you're right, because at first you're kind of like, I'm not into him. He's kind of, but then you get to know him better.
Right.
How?
I don't remember what my initial reaction to him was.
I don't know, but
Really?
he definitely becomes more likable throughout the drama.
Right. As he realizes that he has feelings for her, right?
Mhm. Then he gets a little bit nicer.
Mm.
Even the people he works with live in terror and fear of him.
Oh, yeah.
And then by
Yeah.
the end, they're kind of like, oh, he's letting us have the weekend off.
I
But-
know. And
that.
one girl that plays one of the supporting roles,
Yes.
she's been in a lot
Yeah.
of things.
Yes, she has. Like what?
Oh my gosh. I mean, a ton of stuff.
It's the scout, right? Is this the one? Yep.
What
Jinju.
what else has she been in?
Oh my gosh. Sunny. That sounds familiar. Hero, It's Okay to Not Be Okay, Her Private Life, Our Beloved Summer.
That's what I was thinking of. Our Beloved Summer.
Lot of stuff.
Well, Her Private Life, It's Okay to Not Be Okay. I mean, a lot. Yeah.
And some big ones. Well, for us, they're big ones. Well, did you say at the beginning you kind of wanted to watch this because you wanted a rom-com? Is that what drew you to it?
Yeah, and this is from 2016, so it's quite a while ago. I mean, in the world of dramas, so many dramas come out all the time, and it was well before we started watching them. And I mean, so I think contract marriages, contract relationships is a theme with K-dramas, because I feel like there's a lot of dramas that have that concept.
Right.
But I haven't seen that many. I've seen Because This Is My First Life. That's like really the only contract one I've seen up until now. Which, I mean, Because This Is My First Life, if I had to choose between those two, obviously I'd pick that one. But this was still really sweet, really cute, and
well, because we just finished, or because we all just basically watched this one, I thought, you know what? I want to go back and watch She Was Pretty again. Because I guess 2016.
Yeah.
And so I did. I finished it. And because
we had a podcast on that one, right?
we do need to.
I know.
We do need to. It's my favorite one.
I can see it again.
We have those ones that we're hanging on to
I know.
someday.
I know. But this one, I loved their interaction. And he was so arrogant, thinking, she'll love dating me. She'll want to sleep with me.
Right.
I mean, it was really, like, his whole behavior was so odd. And she was like, no.
Well, and she didn't even really want the contract. She didn't want to be any part of it for any reason, because the money didn't mean anything to her. She didn't care about that. And her dad was a holistic
doctor, naturopath.
and he was bound to determine that that's who she was going to marry, was somebody in the same profession, so that he could pass down his practice to them. And so I think she hadn't even crossed
All
her
blind
mind.
dates, like those kind of doctor.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So somebody outside of that realm, I'm sure she never even thought about, because it didn't fit the mold.
Right. Yeah.
So there were
that's
so
true.
many reasons why she didn't care. She didn't want to have any part of it. She just wanted to live the life she was living, and she was happy with that.
And in their contract, she basically says, the only thing I want is a better library system for the school and
a bus.
Yeah. She lists all
And
the
the mirror.
Yeah, the mirror for
the
the
dance room.
dancing. And she lists all these needs the school has.
Yeah.
But then she doesn't really it's almost like she doesn't take it seriously. Like,
Right. And she doesn't believe that he's a chol, right?
Chable.
A chable. So she thinks that the contract, whatever it is garbage anyway. So she has no faith and hope in it.
And then she's like, actually, the only thing I really want is you to help my singer.
That's right.
K-pop
Yes.
singer. I forget his name. I should have put him down. I don't think I did. Did I put him down as a supporting character? No, I didn't. I forgot. Oh, well. That's what happens when I'm in a hurry. So I forget his name. I don't know his name. It doesn't really matter, but he's the K-pop star that she's obsessed with. I mean, I think she knew him since he was a kid, right? Or met him through the school. I'm not really sure, but she's tutoring him, but she's his biggest fan, and she runs his fan club as well. So it's so cute. So, I mean, he fulfills his end of the contract within like a day.
Right.
It's crazy.
And I think she's more shocked than we were.
Well,
She was shocked. Yeah.
Because she just walks up to go to work like she normally does, and she sees the school bus out there.
Mm-hmm.
And then she walks into the library and they're loading the shelves with books. And she's like, where'd these come from? So, yeah. And then she goes into the dance room. So
And there's that huge mirror. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he's done 3/4 or 4/5 of the contract, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It was so funny. And then, I mean, the rest of it is basically, I feel like it's all about them and their whole dating and their relationship growing. And they have to go on real dates. And basically, he takes her to work dates. The first few episodes, it's all work events.
Right.
And then she said, you don't date like a normal person.
Right. Well, and they both know that a contract, it's up in 6 months. So why get too invested?
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't invested anyway. I mean, neither one of them were invested either way. So I think they were pretending to have a relationship because that they had to be in the will.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But then I think things changed for both of them a lot quicker than what they had anticipated. And then they had to pretend like it hadn't, right?
Right. Because they both like each other and they both are having so much fun.
Yes.
Spending time together. But then they always say, oh, it's just because of the contract. This is up in 6 months or 3 months or 2 months as it progresses. So I like the twist because normally in a situation like this where you have the rich guy and the poor girl, the rich family is trying to get rid of the poor girl.
I thought that same thing.
And you don't really have that in this. Not really.
Well, not his grandfather, but like the rest of the family wants to get rid of her.
And there is a little skeptical.
And the aunts and uncles and cousins.
Yeah, but they don't really matter as much.
They don't.
But her family is the real hard one over, which was shocking.
I agree.
You're right.
I thought that they would cave right away.
I agree.
And that didn't happen.
No. And they were just so set on her marrying somebody within the same business, right? Profession, I guess you would say.
So funny.
Still, I don't know. I mean, I don't know where you want to go with this, but what jumped out at me is, everybody was talking, everybody in his circle that was under him, we talked about earlier that he was just kind of a tyrant and just mean and workaholic and just had horrible expectations of anybody around him that weren't normal, right? Or achievable for the most part. So that's kind of and not that his personality changed. I think he just grew. But at some point, she's explaining why she likes him, right? And she makes some comment about, or was it the friend? Or the friend was explaining to her about, when you find somebody you like, you can find, do you remember the quote? I should have written it down. It was something about you can hate, I don't know, you can like somebody 99% of them, but there's one thing, or do you remember? But it's just like, even if somebody's really annoying, there's just 1% of them that grabs you and holds on to you kind of, and that's what it's kind of all about. So it's not that you like somebody 99% of the personality. It just takes 1% of the personality.
1% of something.
1% of something, right? And for everybody, that's different. So I don't know. Just made me think of Mark, because Mark's my husband. It's a little crazy and a little, but there's just something there that grabs you. It's that 1%. Just makes everything else okay, right? It totally made me think of it. Just,
Silly.
He is silly.
He's just opposite of you. I mean, you're silly, but he's unique.
He is unique. And we are total opposites.
Yeah.
But there's just that 1% that And, so I need to find that quote and see what it really was.
Aw, that's sweet. I love that.
So,
Did you play it for him?
no.
Maybe
I should.
I don't really know if we have anything else to say, but I just wanted to highlight this drama because I've never, when you read about lists of
It
different...
is on Vicky, right?
Oh, yeah, you can watch this on Viki. Oh, that's true. Some of you don't have Viki. You should get Viki. Viki. But it's a drama that, I mean, you always read about different romances and like fun dramas you should watch. I've never heard about this ever.
No.
It also goes, so it's 1% of something, but it also goes by something about 1%. So you can search for it either way.
So, and we always talk about music. Do you remember the music in it?
No, I don't.
I don't either.
Actually, I think maybe I do remember the music. I've just been on a really big kick of watching a lot of dramas lately.
Right.
So they all kind of blend together.
I agree. That's my problem.
Well,
Plus, I don't remember them 5 minutes afterwards either, but that's another story. I think it's one that you should watch. I mean, it's good and cute and
lighthearted.
yeah,
Everyone needs that.
I agree.
So if you haven't watched it, watch it. Check it
Yes.
out.
Do we need to rate it?
Oh, yes. 4.25.
I don't know what to rate it. Let's say 4. I think 4.5. I don't know.
And I would say 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're all kind of on the same.
Yeah. It's not in my top 10.
Right.
But
no.
it was definitely,
That's good.
and I would still say watch it.
Yeah. And it was cute.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So, all right.
thanks for joining us.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of the Kdrama Divas podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode as much as we did. Before we part ways, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave a review wherever you get your podcasts. Connect with us on social media at Kdrama Divas to stay up to date on recent podcasts and to share your thoughts and recommendations.